And I'm Deonta B.
And welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Hey girl, we 15 days away for your birthday.
We are, and it's crazy because it's like I just turned 40 and it's like already you got the one on the end.
Yeah, I know we getting old, right?
Yes, and every time like we get older, I think about when we were teenagers, you know, when things were dreams then. Like now I feel like it's just time for us to press the gas, like put the motor on it, and it's in that next phase. We're in that next chapter.
Definitely in that next chapter of where we want to be. And I just think about, you know, where we was then when we didn't even know that we'll be here now 15 years later.
Right.
And so, yes, definitely pressing forward to see what these next 5 years are going to be.
Exactly. And I'm excited about today's guest because when you talk about people making dreams come true, they are pressing the gas, like they making it go. Like we got these people that are just, oh my gosh, multiple locations, multiple in the film industry, we got it all.
Yes, one of our guests is Mrs. Keisha Brown. She is the CEO of Dope Healing. And we also got who else?
We have Callie, and she is the owner of Dream Salon Suites. She also is the owner of Press Bar Salons, and she has 3 locations.
Okay.
And you want to talk about press? We have Datrick Davis, and he is the owner and CEO of DaeRae Media. And I'm talking about, you talk about film, he is a boss in film, and he tried to keep it a secret. So if you're just tuning in, we are talking about dreams then, press now, because we want you to press the gas in 2021. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Stay tuned, keep it locked. We'll be right back.
With virtual and in-office tax preparation from Expert Tax Service, you can file your tax return anytime, anywhere. Expert Tax Service makes it easy. Just log on to experttaxservices.com to get started. Our tax professionals will work with you to make filing your taxes simple, no matter where you are. Expert Tax Service. We're here for you at our offices in Columbus and Stone Mountain, or online nationwide at experttaxservices.com. Log on and get started today.
I am Yassine Hall. I'm a multi-six-figure seller on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon for over 16 years. We have over 6,000 students. In 2009, in January, my divorce was final and I had no child support. In April of 2009, my son was shot 5 times in the back and he survived. 2 weeks later, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was when I decided I needed to make a life change. And for me, selling on Amazon made that way.
Welcome back. So if you are just tuning in, we are talking about things that were dreams then, and now it is time to press the gas in 2021. And we want to welcome to the corner the Keisha, RN, and the owner of Dope Healing. And when I hear that name, I'm just like, this gotta be dope.
Yes.
So welcome to the corner.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So in spite of just being the CEO of Dope Healing, you also is a registered nurse.
Yes.
So today's topic is talking about then and now. So tell us, what was your inspiration behind becoming a registered nurse?
My passion to help people. I love helping people, and at the core of me, that's what I love to do. And so once I learned that it was more than nursing than just passing meds, I decided that I wanted to delve into it and do more. And so it was little things that I learned along the way, such as like just listening to a patient, or just taking that extra minutes just to explain the diagnosis that a doctor may have given them that they probably quite didn't understand, or just explaining it to the family and being an advocate for them. So that was it, just helping people, because that's what I love to do.
Oh, Deonta's a nurse too.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So what are some of the services that you provide? Because we know we're in the middle of COVID, and so many people, like, they can't get to a hospital, but they need those additional services. So what are some of those services that you provide?
Okay, so behind Dope Healing, Dope stands for delivering only positive energy. So that's me getting back to the core of my root of what I like to do, and that's helping people. Okay. And prior to COVID, there was some dark things going on in my personal life, a lot of tragedy, and I was like, I just had to get back to it. makes me happy. And so that's what Dope came from. And delivering only positive energy is taking that and doing it in everything that you do. Mm-hmm. Whether it's just being in a room and you changing the energy just by you being upbeat and things of that nature. So with Dope Healing and the services, one of the first things I learned, one of the first services that we are offering is IV hydration. And I learned about IV hydration. Most people are familiar with it with the hangover drip, the banana bag, but there's so much more to it. Mm-hmm. And when I realized that there was an immunity drip, I was like, I gotta get on it. You know, I was one of the nurses that worked the front line in New York City. So my thing was if I left the bedside, what do I do? I don't want to abandon the client, so my thing was keep them out of the hospital and giving them something as simple as a vitamin bag with IV, with vitamin C or zinc and B complex vitamins will help boost the immune system to fight off any type of viral illness.
Oh wow! So definitely, you're a nurse, and like you said, you was in New York. In New York, the COVID numbers was way up. And so with your business, what was some of the challenges that you had dealing with COVID?
Dealing with COVID, well, as a nurse, coming off the front lines, I knew that we had to do something different. You know, there was a lot of things going on that the community, when the cameras turned off, our eyes were still on. So how do I educate my people? How do I educate them and let them know what we need to do? And it started at home. So I came back home to Atlanta and I decided to start this business. And with interjecting, bringing everything in is just practicing safe. You know, letting them know that, we need to wear a mask. We need to do hand hygiene, covering your cough. If you're feeling sick, stay home. So we incorporated, brought all that back in, and we incorporated into our practices with dope healing. So with that IV hydration things, we always make sure our client is safe. So safety is first. That's the main thing, keeping people safe.
Well, you know what? I want to say thank you. Right. Because a lot of times we say thank you, like when people go off to war, but you was at war here fighting for our people, so definitely thank you. And then coming up with other things, that can help us along the way while we're fighting this. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So tell me this, what were some of the changes that you made, because we had to make going into a business right in the middle of a pandemic? Because we talk about, I'm sure you probably made plans initially prior to and saying, I want to start this business, but then it's like, I'm right in the middle of COVID. So what were some of the changes that you had to make to your business to make it excel in the middle of that pandemic?
Actually becoming, as a nurse, leaving the bedside, one thing they don't teach us is about entrepreneurship.
Right.
So one of the things I had to learn was how to pivot with this situation. So coming into a business, starting it in the middle of a pandemic, I thought was the brightest move I could do as an entrepreneur, because one, I'm coming off the front lines. So I understand what's going on and I can educate my clientele about how to stay safe. So to me, it was a great move for me. So we still follow the basic guidelines of the CDC and making sure that we follow, keep everything safe. So with me, I have the advantage of frequently COVID testing my clientele and on myself and staff to make sure that we're safe. So to me, it was just like a genius move to start it during the pandemic so people can still receive that same care in the comforts of their home and stay healthy.
Right. I love it.
Yes.
So tell our viewers how they can find Dope Healing.
Dope Healing, you can follow us on IG at Dope Healing. We have our new website is dopehealingatl.com, and follow us on Facebook at Dope Healing as well.
All right, thank you so much for coming to the corner.
Thank you guys for having us.
And again, thank you for all that you have done on this front line. And just thank you for gracing us with that knowledge, because so many people did not know about that until we just talked about those things, because you need those services, especially if you can't get to a hospital, because COVID is real. So thank you so much. Well, there you have it. We are talking about dreams then, and now it is time to press the gas, especially now that we're in COVID season. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Stay tuned, keep it locked. We'll be right back. If you would like to be a show guest, contact us on Facebook at Gwen's Business Corner, or you can email us at gwenbusinesscorner@gmail.com.
With virtual and in-office tax preparation from Expert Tax Service, you can file your tax return anytime, anywhere. Expert Tax Service makes it easy. Just log on to experttaxservices.com to get started. Our tax professionals will work with you to make filing your taxes simple, no matter where you are. Expert Tax Service. We're here for you at our offices in Columbus and Stone Mountain, or online nationwide at experttaxservices.com. Log on and get started today.
I am Yassine Hall. I'm a multi-six-figure seller on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon for over 16 years. We have over 6,000 students. In 2009, in January, my divorce was final and I had no child support. In April of 2009, my son was shot 5 times in the back and he survived. 2 weeks later, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was when I decided I needed to make a life change. And for me, selling on Amazon made that way.
Welcome back. So if you are just tuning in, we are talking about dreams then press now, and we have the king of media, Datrick Davis, the CEO of DaeRae Media. You name it, he is it. Film, photography, media, you got it all covered. Welcome to the corner.
Thank you for that. Woo, that powerful intro right there. Had me wondering if you were talking about me.
So you are all things media. So for a lot of people who may not know what a media company is, tell us some of the background of some of the things that you do and how you got started.
Well, for me, it started as a love. Like, I love camera, I love creating. Business-wise, I put it together in 2011. And even at the time, I didn't really have the vision that I have now, but my love powered it to now. And relationship building is really what got it to where it is. Media itself, it started with photography and video, then it expanded into things such as promo pieces, such as audio, radio ads, and things like that. But we cover anything from visual commercials, radio ads, photography, editing, and so forth and so on.
Okay, now.
So let's talk about that, because many people think, like you talk about being a photographer, and many people think it's just holding a camera. And it's way more to it than that. So what were some of the obstacles that you faced when you first started out in the industry? Because you said you've had the business since 2011, but what were some of the obstacles with getting people to actually take you serious and say, I want to pay for all these entities of service?
Well, for me, it was not necessarily me. I had the challenge. My challenge started with myself, like turning it into a business. Like I said, for me, it was the love first.
Right.
And so when it came to somebody paying me for my services, they may have a vision of something, but they don't even know what they want, but they want me to kind of read their mind and figure it out. That for me is kind of was a challenge for me. Okay. So I'm a kind of a perfectionist. So it's like if you want me to put something together for you, then I need details of what you want it to look like. That way I can, execute what it is you want. That was the main challenge for me. And honestly, even to this day, putting together somebody else's vision is not as easy for me as it is putting together mine. Like, I can put my ideas together easily. But a lot of people, when they come to me, they don't really know what they want. They just saw something I did and say, man, you dope at what you do. Just create something dope. And I'm like, well, that's kind of subjective. Like, what's dope to me may not be dope to you.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's one of the most difficult parts. Business, I'm not much of a business person. I honestly, sometimes I don't like the business side. I like being creative. I like enjoying what I do. So there are times when I would just create something dope just to create it, put it out there, and people, oh, I want that. And I'm like, it ain't as fun putting it together for you as it is for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have something dope out, a series that is called Then, Now, and Next. So tell me, what does it entail?
So with creating Then, Now, Next, for me, a lot of what I do is branding purposes. I think that a lot of things that's created, it ain't like I invented interviews, but I like to invent something that, a way to get it to stick in people's minds and for them to remember it and say, okay, I'm gonna follow that. And so that's a part of it is, and me hearing people's story. Like, what is success to you and what path did you take to get there? And again, it's not necessarily just business. It could be anything. It could be, anything that a person calls success.
I love it.
Yes. So you touched on it a little bit, because it's basically like, you were doing photography and it's like you started getting opportunities and you had to turn it into a business.
Yeah, yep.
So how has building relationships impacted your career? Because with listening to your story, it's like, wow, it just grew a little bit faster than you was ready. It's like, boom.
Oh yeah. People ask me all the time, because I've done things that I look back on, I'm like, man, I can't believe I did that. Like, I've been in some folks' house filming that I'm like, man, I can't believe. And I don't even think I'm like I'm probably somewhere in the middle on talent compared to people I know. I know people that's way better than me. But one thing that I will say, and I say this to everybody, relationship is important.
Right.
Relationship is important to me. Right. I think that I do a good job at creating a memorable impression on people that I come in contact with. So they'll end up coming back and saying, hey, man, I want you on this or that. And there were times when I didn't even have confidence in myself. And I'm like, man, they want me to do this. And, you know, went in, prayed up, and got it done.
I love it. So tell the viewers how they can find your company so they can get some media.
So you can find DaeRae Media Group, Google DaeRae Media Group, social media pop up, Instagram, DaeRae Media Group, Facebook. Not too much Twitter, but it's a lot of work on Twitter. But yes, DaeRae Media Group, DaeRae Media Group.
All right, now, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the corner.
All right, all right.
Yes. Well, there you have it. We are talking about Dreams Den Press Now. And coming up next, we got the owner of multiple locations, Press Bar Salon in Atlanta, Georgia. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Stay tuned. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
The world is a backdrop, and Modish Stills is one of its most up-and-coming photographers. He specializes in senior portraits, event photography, maternity and wedding shots, sports photography, and more. Modish Stills was voted 2017 Photographer of the Year. Whether you need a studio look or you prefer the outdoors, Modish Stills is your #1 source for image capturing in the Tri-City area. For more information, visit us at our website, modishstills.com, or call us at 706-536-6372.
I am Yassine Hall. I'm a multi-six-figure seller on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon for over 16 years. We have over 6,000 students. In 2009, in January, my divorce was final and I had no child support. In April of 2009, my son was shot 5 times in the back and he survived. 2 weeks later, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was when I decided I needed to make a life change. And for me, selling on Amazon made that way.
If you would like to be a show guest, contact us on Facebook at Gwen's Business Corner, or you can email us at gwenbusinesscorner@gmail.com.
With virtual and in-office tax preparation from Expert Tax Service, you can file your tax return anytime, anywhere. Expert Tax Service makes it easy. Just log on to experttaxservices.com to get started. Our tax professionals will work with you to make filing your taxes simple, no matter where you are. Expert Tax Service. We're here for you at our offices in Columbus and Stone Mountain, or online nationwide at experttaxservices.com. Log on and get started today.
Welcome back. So you are,
That's that tire kicking in.
yeah. Welcome back. So if you are just tuning in, we are talking about Dreams Den, and she is the epitome of press, the salon owner of Press Bar Atlanta and Dream Salon Suites, Callie.
Hey, Callie.
Hey.
We're going back to Callie.
Yes, the queen of salons.
Yes, I love the name Press Bar Salon.
It tells you exactly what we do.
Yes, girl.
And
You
it
press
sounds
the,
exclusive.
look, you press the hair, girl. You press the hair.
Yes.
Let's jump right into it. So, you own Press Bar Salons. You used to be a stylist, and now you own a bunch of salons. Tell us on your journey.
Okay, well, I'm one of those stories that started doing hair as a little girl and grew up. All I have is brothers, so
Wow.
and I'm the youngest. So by the time my mother had me, she didn't know how to do hair. So I was the one 8 years old in the bathroom trying to do my hair because I will always have like Afro puffs. So from that, I had a cousin. She showed me how to braid, and that started everything. I started braiding clients, well, family first, then friends in the kitchen. Then I started charging people, and I found a love for it. I opened up a salon when I was really young in Detroit, because that's where I'm from. Really like a suburb of Detroit called Inkster. And for a little while, I thought I wanted to get into like broadcasting. So I went to school for it, graduated, and I started working at a radio station back at home. And I was able to meet some influential people there, and I started braiding their hair. So back when I was a braider, Trey Songz was wearing braids, you know, Alicia Keys was wearing braids. So I'm telling my age a little bit, but I was really popular back at home then. So everybody that played any sports back at home, I was doing their hair. So all of a sudden, I ended up getting a partner, and I thought about, I said, hey, you know, let's open up a salon. So he funded the salon, and since I had money backing me, I went really big. So I was only 23, and I opened up this large salon out in Detroit. We did nails, massage, braids, I had barber, and, you know, I was in there behind a chair. And it was just too much. So just imagine you just get like thrown a major business and you didn't know how to run it. So I wasn't a fan of it. It was very stressful. And I kept it open for about like 4 years. I had a 5-year lease, so at the end of my lease, I was just tired. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. So I came to Atlanta. I had a couple brothers living here, because they were all older than me. And I said, you know what, let me try Atlanta. I used to come here and visit, and I knew I could make money doing hair. So I packed all my stuff and I moved here. And my other brother was a barber, so he took over the location there. And once I got here, I said, you know, I need to make things more official. So I went to school here to Paul Mitchell, and I wanted to get my cosmetology license, because back at home, all I did was braids. So, you know, after a while, your fingers start hurting. And like, all right, exactly. So what is life after a braider? So I went and got my cosmetology license because I wanted to get things right this time, and started doing hair. I came here with no customers. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to make it happen, but it worked out because I was determined. I started in a salon studio, and then after that, I hired an assistant, and then I was growing more, and I started hiring stylists. And it got to a point where I needed more space. And that's when I opened up my brick and mortar and called it Callie's Hair Studio, and started hiring more people. Then I got my second location. And mind y'all, when I first moved here, I said, I'm never doing hair again. Because my salon back at home, it was so stressful at such a young age. And coming to Atlanta, you know, you come here, party, you get to meet people. But once money started running out, that's when I said, let me jump back into hair. Because it's one of those things you can always go back to.
Right.
So fast forward back to the salons that I opened up. The second location was called Press Bar. And I was like, okay, I think I'm on to something. Because honestly, coming here doing natural hair, I transitioned to the other kind of natural hair, which is pressing. So we didn't do any relaxers or anything like that. So I wanted to have that name so people knew exactly what we did.
Wow, that's powerful. You like dream then, now press. Like press is now here.
It definitely was then and now.
Yes, and I mean that was amazing because you just basically just stepped out, you faced your fears, and you look at it now. Like it's just, I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, that's just so amazing. So tell us, I mean, because you were so young at the time when you started out, and like you said, being in business at a young age, it's hard to get people to take you serious, especially stylists, because they really want to be the boss, right? So what were some of the obstacles that you faced at that time, especially like you said, being in a new place and having to start from scratch?
Well, once I moved here, I was a little, you know, older, going to school and getting my license. But when I had the salon, it was so tough because everyone I was hiring was older than me. Right. They either had their own salon and started somewhere fresh, or, you know, they wanted to build their clientele. And I also didn't have no experience owning a salon. So coming here, having a second chance to get it right, I wanted to do everything straight as the book, and I want to say that's the best way to go about anything that you want to own. Make sure that you get all the background information for it, and make sure you research it, and, you know, get your hands in there and learn a bit about the business before you open up. But it was really tough for me trying to manage all of that at 23.
Absolutely. So being a stylist, owning your salon, it looks like to me, you said, you know what, I need to put some merchandise with that thing.
Yes, honey.
So I see that you got some merchandise
I have something
here.
for y'all.
So what made you go into saying, okay, let let me add some products to what I'm doing?
Listen to our customers. So one major thing with our clients, they always would say, like, how do I wrap my hair? What do I use? The satin bonnet falls off at night. My do-rag, you know, is cotton, so it makes my hair dry. And just listen to our customers. We wanted to come out with our Gippy caps. So you sleep in these.
Wow, I thought it was t-shirts. Lord.
Oh no,
Yes,
so y'all can
those are
pick
cute.
a color. Let me actually pull this out. So any color, it's not blue.
Okay.
You know, but next ones will be blue. But the way that this works is satin on the inside, which is going to definitely protect your hair.
Good.
And it's so comfortable on the hair. It stays on at night. It's going to add make sure the moisture stays in your hair. And a lot of our clients, they go out and about with these. They work out with it. They run to the store with it. So, yeah, this is our merchandise. I wanted to have something that clients can really, really use.
I like these. They are cute. And you know what? It's the tight fit.
Right.
And they're custom made. I'm missing the main thing about it. So this product is made by women of color. I designed it, and I have a seamstress that stitched this from scratch. So every single time that you guys purchase one, you're supporting, you know, local business and, you know, Black women.
I like it because I know with my buttons, sometimes you go in Walmart by the old buttons, and they be too big. You could tell this fit just right.
It stretches too.
Yeah.
So the material is
that's
perfect.
what I know. But even though it's stretched, you could tell it's stretched. But even though it's stretched, you know that it's still gonna be able to fit tight.
And it'll lay your hair down. So when y'all wrap it tonight, you can slide it right on top of
I love
your
it.
Yes.
Y'all see the merchandise? Yes. And then you have some glasses.
So our glasses, with the Press Bar, our theme is bar. So we do have these as well, and we give them to our clients when they come in.
I like them, girl. Some good
We serve
wine.
wine to our. That's exactly what we give our clients. And it's not just like wine down Wednesday or Thursday. Anytime you come get your hair done, you can have something to drink.
All right. So tell the viewers, how can they find your salon? And also, ladies, you got to get these. I know these are just A1. Tell them how they can find you.
All social platforms, we're on there. Press Bar Salon, that's our Instagram, our Facebook, and you can purchase our products from our Instagram and our website.
Oh, thank you so much for coming down to the corner.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, as y'all know, Deonta, we don't have a show before March the 30th, but her birthday is coming up. So, happy birthday, bestie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Look,
But if
cheers. So we should have something to hear.
we can take on our trip. Okay, so shout out to Mrs. Press Bar and all our guests for today. But if you're looking for us, if you're trying to find me, Dr. Gwennetta Wright, follow me on all social media outlets at Gwennetta Wright. Deonta, tell them how to find you.
Well, you can find me at all social media outlets at The Real Deonta B. And we want you to continue to press on and press through. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. We'll see you next time. Peace.